Guys, I think I've discovered a new feeling that there isn't yet a German word for. I'm infuriated and yet reassured in a nostalgic sense. I'm infuriated because the New York Times is publishing absolute bullshit. But I'm reassured in a nostalgic sense because the bullshit is so outdated it's downright charming. Like, it's not related to the pandemic or abortion or racism. It's harmful, like most bullshit is harmful, but it's probably not going to directly get anyone killed. And honestly, that's just so nice today. Anyway, I'm talking about water witching, also known as dowsing, but let's be honest, water witching sounds way cooler. Which is why I'm going to call it dowsing, because it's pretty stupid. 2 rods and a 6th sense. In drought, water witches are swamped, reads the absolutely bonkers headline in America's paper of record, the New York Times, which, just randomly going to mention, has won 132 Pulitzer Prizes in the past century, more than any other outlet. Just saying. Hey, baby, who has 2 rods, a 6th sense, and a pair of sensible shoes for walking around parched vineyards? This guy. Meet Rob Thompson. No, not Rob Thomas, lead singer of Matchbox 20. Rob Thompson, water witch. Warlock? Is witch gendered? I guess not. Besides the headline, there are a few early clues that this article is not going to be terribly critical of Mr. Thompson. First, there's a sentence that describes him as having the lumbering gait of a bear. I can only see him in still pictures, but that seems unduly flattering. Second, and most importantly, hitting Control F and typing idiomotor returned 0 results. The idiomotor effect is a fun phenomenon that doesn't just explain dowsing, but also Ouija boards, some shady types of facilitated communication, some shady types of chiropractic alternative therapies like applied kinesiology, and also surfing. Yes, really. Simply put, it's a usually small subconscious movement that your body makes in response to your own thoughts. I'll start with the example that you might find most surprising, even if you're a skeptic who is already familiar with the idiomotor effect. Surfing. When I first started surfing, I went through this phase where suddenly I just couldn't stand up on my board, even though I had previously done it many times. Was it the waves? Was it my positioning, my muscles? Maybe. But I was able to fix it pretty quickly after hearing one good piece of advice. Look where you want to go. I was looking down at my feet, and I was inevitably tumbling towards my feet and into the water. Once I stopped staring at my feet and started looking at the beach, I was back to getting up on my board and surfing down the line. People who ride motorcycles or fly fighter jets may be familiar with this phenomenon. And this specific phenomenon is known as target fixation. Staring at your goal can cause you to subconsciously steer towards it, which, can be really dangerous if you're riding a motorcycle fast or flying a jet plane. Your muscles are doing things based on your thoughts, but unbeknownst to you. It's a bit less dangerous and more fun when it comes to Ouija boards. If you give several believers an Ouija board, they will ask the spirits a question like, "Are you here?" They want a spirit to be there, so their muscles will subconsciously start twitching and moving the planchette to yes. A really fun way to test this is to sit a bunch of believers down at an Ouija board, let them look at the board, and then blindfold them before they ask that first yes or no question. And then just turn the board around and watch the planchette move over to where yes used to be. And I promise they aren't consciously cheating. To them, it seems like the spirit is really moving the planchette. Dowsing is the same. There is a reason why dowsers use tools that move very, very easily, like pendulums and metal rods bent at 90-degree angles. It's because it's controlled by your own subconscious, very small muscle reflexes. Let's say I'm a dowser who can find rare coins, like this cool-ass Memento Mori coin my friend Alicia got me for Christmas last year. I can hide the coin under one of 3 cups and hold a pendulum over each cup, looking for the pendulum to swing over the correct one. If I know which cup it is, and I'm expecting the pendulum to swing over the correct cup, my muscles will make it swing over that cup. Again, completely subconsciously. But if I don't know which cup is the correct cup, either the pendulum will suddenly stop working, or it will be faulty approximately 66% of the time. In fact, because much like the magnetic skin story that I talked about a little while ago, this is yet another phenomenon that has already been debunked repeatedly for the past several decades. Please enjoy yet another clip of James the Amazing Randi exposing dowsing for the quackery it is. I kind of feel for dowsers because I really think that unlike psychic mediums, for instance, who get paid for their scam, dowsers really truly believe they have this power. The ideomotor effect is really convincing for the people who are experiencing it. The problem is that for the ones who have made it a career, they have too much riding on them continuing to do this even after they learn what the ideomotor effect is, even after they know that it's all a scam. And for those that get extra attention thanks to, I don't know, a completely boneheaded, credulous New York Times writer, they're definitely in it for life. So now Rob Thompson and others like him can continue to exploit the people of California who are desperate for water in the middle of a drought. And thanks to climate change, these droughts are only going to get worse and worse. Meanwhile, the New York Times does offer a sentence or two to the actual scientists who are standing by willing to help. Hydrogeologists use a combination of satellite imagery, geology, drilling data, geophysical instruments, and other hydrologic tools to assess water sources, said Timothy Parker, a Sacramento-based groundwater management consultant and hydrogeologist, compared to dowsing, which is a person with a stick, he added. Goddamn wrecked. Too bad the New York Times didn't build a feature around him, because that guy sounds cool as shit.